You scream, breaking down and crying to bed. Then you feel his hand, claws to be exact, on your shoulder. He stands on your back. Now you are able to see his hand. It is scaled like your skin. Look at me, he orders you, and for some reason you can't disobey your master. You involuntarily look at the mirror to see the immortal entity behind you. What's going on, guys? It's Waking Moth back with another video. Today we'll be playing interactive horror stories. A few of you have been wanting me to do these videos, so here we are. Let's do Evil Beneath the Ground. Let's do that. You are a goth university student with no friends. You join a school trip to a lake and the forest near it. If you decide to wander in the forest at night, you will find bare footprints. Those are coming from a black hole with a ladder where you descend down. I'm just kidding. You are a young universal student who identifies as a goth. You are a lonely person. People think that you want to be alone, but in fact you couldn't find someone you felt affinity. Everyone is so distant from you. Nobody you know listens to the music that you love, like Bahas, This, Mortal Coil, The Menace, The Sister of Mercy, etc. You hear about a university field trip to a lake and the forest around it in autumn. There will be a picnic. Also, alcohol is permitted. You could bring your own drinks. You join the field trip. Not only maybe you could make some new friends, but you also love the nature, especially when it's cold season. But, of course, you couldn't make new friends once again. During the 2 hours of bus travel, you found out that every other student who joined the trip were already friends. They simply ignored you. You also didn't approach them. As a result, all you could do during the bus trip was looking outside the window or playing a game on your phone while you listened to their joyful laughs. You have mixed feelings about this picnic by the lake. You cannot feel yourself as a part of the joyful youth who are enjoying the nature trip. After having a picnic barbecue, they played a game with a ball in which they formed a circle and tried not to let the ball touch the ground. Everyone participated in the game except for you, but you enjoyed the nature trip somehow. As said before, you loved the nature. You took pictures of the lake with your phone. You didn't plan to post the pictures anywhere, and there is a huge forest near the picnic area. You have always found peace in the green of the forest. Oh boy. After the sunset, people began to light a campfire and drink. People around your age generally prefer beer, and you don't like it. You feel it overfills your stomach and causes nausea after 2 cans. Instead, you prefer stronger drinks. Today you brought a bottle of red wine and a wine glass. They gathered around the campfire while you drank your wine alone, away from them. Oh boy. A handsome guy brought his guitar from the bus and began playing it around the fire. While you have finished your second glass of wine, campfire and moon illuminate the darkness. Sun already has set. There are about 5 hours from the picnic tent. You will go back to the city with buses. He is playing a calm song. You might join the group, but you also feel a strong urge to let's walk in the forest. Let's do this. You stand and wander away from the picnic. You feel the call of the dark forest. So you walk along the path in the forest. The trees are high and still green. Maybe they stay green in all seasons, you don't know. Your field is not biology. The soil is wet and muddy. It must have rained before your group arrived at the lake. You leave boot prints on the soil as you walk. There are no clouds in the sky. Full moon and stars illuminate the forest, but that's not enough for your eyes. You turn on the flash of your phone. Oh boy. Let's continue to the path. You continue on the forest path. After a few minutes, you notice footprints on the soil. They seem to belong to a human with bare feet. Big feet. Probably a male. The prints cross the path. Oh boy. You decided to go to the place where he came from. As after a long walk, you found yourself at a hole. There is a lid and a long rope near it. The man clearly came from the hole. His footprints prove it. When you hold your phone's light into the black hole, you see that there is a ladder inside the hole. You can't see the end of the hole from your position. As a curious and drunk boy, you feel a strong urge to descend. Let's do it. As you need to use your both hands to climb down, you put your phone into your jean pocket, turn off the light, you start climbing down. After a few seconds, moons and stars above no longer illuminates what you see. You are in a pitch black and ladder still coming. Finally, your feet touch the ground. You are so distant from the forest that you can't see the entrance of the hole from where you are. You carefully get on your 2 feet. You can see nothing yet. Oh boy. The place where you are is made of concrete. There is a long corridor in front of you. It is narrow, about a meter wide. It is not very high. There are only a few centimeters between your head and the ceiling of the corridor. You smell a terrible odor. It's a mixture of feces and something you can't understand. There are 3 doorless holes along a concrete corridor, making 3 rooms to discover. Let's just do all of them, bro. There's an empty wooden coffin, a mirror hanging on the concrete wall, a bloody razor, and a black whip stand in front of the mirror. In the mirror, you see your reflection in the terror of your face. Okay, let's do the second room. See it. You are shocked to find a chained woman in this room. Chain is tied on her ankles. She looks in her 40s, too weak. Her bones are noticeable and has a pale skin with lots of scars. She is on her knees. She is naked. Her body is lightly hairy, except for her contracting her hairy body. Her head is shaved. She stinks. Not only the smell of feces, but also it looks like she hasn't washed for years. She screams at you, points the light to her. She screams at you. Oh, she screams at you. Try to save her. You crouch down to her tied foot. There is no way you can remove the bracelet from her ankle. You also notice that your pinky toe is missing. Oh, her. I was like, what? You try to leave the room, but something you didn't understand happened. At the exit of the room, you hit something that wasn't visible in front of you. Yes, you saw nothing in front of you, yet you hit something. You fall onto the floor. An invisible force carries you and repeatedly smashes your head to the wall. You hear the woman screaming as you black out. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the concrete floor in pitch darkness. But the smell, you understand that you are in the same place. Whoever is keeping you captive, he stripped you from all your clothes. You are naked and cold. There's a gag on your mouth, so you can't shout and communicate with the woman. She might be gagging too. You stand up and try to walk, but your ankle is tied with a chain. You can walk only in a chain with 1 meter of ratio. My bad. Your foot touches a metal bucket. It's probably where he expects you to defecate. You lose all sense of time here. You wait for an unmeasurable time for something to happen. You are thirsty and hungry. Sometimes you hear your phone rings. It is in a different room. The piano melody is It's the Fear by Within Temptations. An ironic name for your situation. They probably noticed that you are missing and try to reach you. Especially your parents. They must have become mad. Of course you can't answer the phone. Finally, you hear footsteps. You hear your captor coming to your room. You are unable to see anything. He takes your gag off. Apparently he has no problem with seeing in the pitch black. And you hear his voice. Drink. It belongs to an old man. In dominant, ordering voice, you feel the lips of a bucket on your lips. Oh boy. What do you guys think I'm drinking? Is it water? What is he offering? You drink it. Not the best water you drank. It could be taken from the lake, but you have no other choice, it seems. After you drink enough, he puts the bucket on the ground Now he brings something else into your lips. Eat. You are too hungry to refuse him. You allow him to put the thing in your mouth. It's meat, but raw. You could never eat raw meat except for sushi. But now you chew it slowly. It is a rabbit, he said. You swallow the meat, despite how it disgusts you. After you eat all he gives you, he puts the gag on your mouth and leaves the room without saying another word. After a while he comes back as you were lying on the floor. Stand up, he orders you. Dude, what's gonna happen, bro? What do you guys think is gonna happen in the comment section below? Are you guys doing good? If you guys are doing good, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well for more spooky games like this. Okay, let's get back to the story. Shall we? Okay. You get on your 2 feet. Clumsily. He grabs your body and you feel 2 sharp fangs on your neck. He starts draining your blood. And you understand the true nature of your... Oh boy. Is there a vampire up in this right now? You have no idea how long you have been a prisoner here. You are mostly alive in the room, doing nothing with a gag on your mouth. He occasionally comes back to feed you and himself. Now that's fucked up. Okay. Sometimes you hear loud sounds from the other room. He tortures the girl. She screams and begs him to stop, but he doesn't. You hear a whip hit the naked flesh of the woman, but for some reason he doesn't harm you, only the woman. You haven't seen anything for a long time. You have no idea what he looks like. Sometimes you hear sobbing, but it doesn't belong to the woman, to the captor. He cries loudly for some reason. Some day or night you can't figure out. He shows up and takes your gag off. I have done research about you, learning everything about you. He says your name, shocking you. We have some common points. We both like the dark. We are both outcasts, lonely souls in this world of darkness. I will make you an offer, only once, so make your decision wisely. I can make you an immortal like me. You will no longer be in chains. You will have a life or unlife in the darkness, like you have always wanted. Or you can stay as a mortal and wait for the day you die here as your prison. I'm gonna be immortal, bro. Let's do it. Very well. He says stand up. You stand up and allow your master to embrace you. You feel his fangs on your neck once again, but this time he doesn't stop. You feel your whole blood is getting drained. Soon you lose consciousness. What? I'm a vampire, bro. Okay, let's just keep doing it. You open your eyes. You find yourself lying in a wooden coffin, but this time you are able to see. There isn't any single light source in the concrete room, but you see your environment as if you are wearing night vision goggles. You are wearing your old clothes and also gloves so you can't see your skin. You have lost your hair. It has shed. Your old hair is on the coffin parts where you put your head on, and you feel your face change too. The most significant change is an unbearable thirst, but not for water. Welcome to a new start, my child. You hear his voice. You look around the room, but you can't see him. There are 2 coffins and a mirror in the room. They think that our kind can't be seen on the mirror. False. Take a look at yourself. You step outside the coffin and walk to the mirror. You are in terror with what you see in the mirror. You don't carry a human face anymore. Your skin has scales like a snake. Oh man. Its color is a light gray, almost white. You scream, breaking down and crying to bed. Then you feel his hand, claws to be exact, on your shoulder. He stands on your back. Now you are able to see his hand. It is scaled like your skin. Look at me. He orders you, and for some reason you can't disobey your master. You involuntarily look at the mirror to see the immortal entity behind you. His body is tall, naked, and has a humpback. His skin is almost white and scales, but his face is the ugliest thing you have ever seen. It's the embodiment of your torture, murder, rape, and envy. Envy for everything that's pretty and fair. I will teach you everything I know. Your new and only now parent says with a hideous smile. The end. This game is sweet. That was... So what are you? Are you like what do you guys think I am? Like, leave in the comment section below, what do you think you got changed into? Let me know your comments about this one. It was the Evil Beneath the Ground. That's what it was called. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video.